Yo, what's up, folks? Now let's get down to NHL trade rumors for this day of June the 20th, 2018. The one and only Mark Anthony Spencer back here. Been doing these broadcasts for 10 years, 11 years actually, since 2007 to now. What has changed in the world? Lots of change. The fashions change, lots of stuff has changed. People have changed, people have come and gone from YouTube over the years. Some of the biggest money makers on YouTube are doing pretty good. And some are basically streaming more games than ever before, and that's what makes YouTube the best. And be able to do these broadcasts makes it even more fun. I got more media people talking hockey on YouTube, more people talking NBA, they're talking Major League Baseball, they're talking soccer, the World Cup is happening right now. I watched some games today. It was pretty good. Iran versus Spain. Spain had a scare. They won. They pulled it out 1-0. Portugal won 1-0. Morocco really brought it. They brought everything they could, but they just didn't have enough to stay in the dance. At the end of the day, you have to bring everything you got, and they just didn't have enough to stay in the dance. So that's what happens. So let's get down to the news of today. According to TSN, the legend Bob McKenzie, it looks like Carlson's next move, it could be, according to Chris Nichols when they were talking about it on the Team 1040 Vancouver, my neck of woods, that Erik Carlson could be moved in the right offer. The latest I've heard, and I've checked out some other sources, Las Vegas definitely is a team to watch for. Another team I'm hearing is probably the Detroit Red Wings, and I'd say the Edmonton Oilers, and even the New York Islanders, especially with Lou Lamoriello there. So there's a good chance that Erik Carlson, after all the scandals and all these things that have been going on, I've been hearing from some sources, but this is what I'm hearing, and it might happen. I don't think it will. Watch for the Edmonton Oilers. They might try to acquire Erik Carlson. Get him as a rental. See what happens. See if he likes it there. See if he would want to resign. Play with Connor McDavid. Play with Cam Talbot, and that has a really good goaltender. Has a really good team. Draisaitl and all the rest of the talent there. So far as I'm concerned, I mean, it would be very, very interesting if they could pull this off. You never know in this game. Sometimes you gotta have a little bit of luck. Sometimes you have to believe you can make a deal that makes sense. So Erik Carlson go to Edmonton would be an awesome deal. If he went to Vegas, I'd be more excited. This would be a good move for his career. They signed to a massive contract. He has a chance to go win the Stanley Cup. Vegas getting to the Stanley Cup was a fluke. I don't think it was. I think this is a really good team. They really played for one another. They really showed the character of a city like Las Vegas, proving that they can be a team competing for the Stanley Cup. And they're the second team ever as an expansion team to go in their first season get to the Stanley Cup final and almost win it. It's pretty amazing, especially in the years of the expansion era. They've done pretty good, and it's pretty amazing. Bill Foley, George McPhee, and the rest of the crew. Gary Bettman. Gary Bettman might have his detractors across the league, but this is one of the most ingenious movements of putting a team in the market where it's never seen hockey before, and it's embraced the game of hockey like no other, and that's pretty amazing. And it makes you proud as a fan of the game to see that. It's good to see good things happen to good teams and good people. As far as I'm concerned, that's absolutely amazing. And other news across the NHL, there's some talk that Panarin out of Columbus, it looks to me that there's a good chance that he could be moved. I don't know if it will happen, but the latest I'm hearing is there's a good chance the Columbus Blue Jackets could move Anton Panarin. I just get his name wrong, but there's a chance they might move Panarin from Columbus to a team such as maybe Detroit. I don't know. Maybe the Islanders if they lose Tavares. Maybe the Toronto Maple Leafs. There's a pile of teams that are piling up. offers to acquire Panarin. The LA Kings is a team I would throw in there as a wild card to acquire Panarin. I'm hearing rumors just today. I was just watching TSN. Overdrive, man. Come on, man. They're throwing out rumors. Kyle O'Reilly looks like he is available. And I wouldn't be surprised if his old team called the Colorado Avalanche, I would even say the Calgary Flames, another one of his former teams, might come calling for Kyle O'Reilly. Or Ryan O'Reilly. Sorry for Colorado. But Ryan O'Reilly. Ryan O'Reilly is a really good player. He's a good veteran. He's been in the league for a long time. He's making a ton of money. They just got to see if they can fit it under their cap. But the cap's going up to $79, $82 million, so we'll see what happens. I think this would be a good move for Ryan. He goes to a team trying to compete for the playoffs, trying to win the Stanley Cup. So either situation he goes to, it's a good situation for his career, it's a good situation for the league, and it's a good situation for the fans in the market. At the end of the day, you want to make a smart deal. There's some really good players that are going to be drafted on Friday and Saturday into the National Hockey League. Dahlen is probably the best player in this draft, but there's some other good players. Noah Dobson's good. Svechnikov, the town's Russian from Russia. He's probably going to get drafted by Carolina. I'm hearing talk Carolina might flip the pick, but no. It's more likely they'll probably trade Jeff Skinner. And the latest on Jeff Skinner, there's a wild card team out there that might come out of nowhere and snatch him. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Predators. And I don't know if the Predators can fit him in, but that's the type of player they need. They need someone like a Jeff Skinner that can score on a more consistent basis. They have some really good talent in Nashville, don't get me wrong. But you could use a Jeff Skinner to throw on maybe a Kyle Turris line, or a player to play with Ryan Johansson, score a little bit more, along with Philip Forsberg, who's been pretty much their best goal scorer the last few years. So if you can add a Jeff Skinner to the Nashville Predators, I can tell you right now that would be a phenomenal deal. The New York Rangers, one of my favorite teams of all time. It looks like they have some big draft picks. They have 3 first round picks in this NHL draft. And I'm hearing talk they might move one of their picks, but we'll see if they do move a pick. They have some free agents to resign. There might be players in unrestricted free agency, the likes of Ilya Kovalchuk. The Detroit Red Wings, the latest there is they are interested in Ilya Kovalchuk. We'll just have to see. Will it come down to money? Will it come down to term? We'll see. Does he want to win a cup? So he has to take less money to go win that cup. New Jersey Devils, his old team, are definitely inside. They would love to bring back Ilya Kovalchuk. They still think they have a chance to get back in the playoffs and maybe try to win the cup. There's talk that Corey Schneider could be on the move. The team I'm hearing it could be moved to. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's probably going to be out west. And the team I'm thinking of is probably the Arizona Coyotes, the Chicago Blackhawks, and the Chicago Blackhawk deal is pretty interesting. To back up, I think it's for Corey Crawford. I don't know if it's going to happen, but don't be surprised to see at this draft, to see a deal goalie for goalie. Corey Schneider going for Corey Crawford. This would be a shocking deal. Hey, you never know in this deal, especially if Carlson gets moved. Don't forget, Mike Hoffman got moved. He got traded twice. Got traded from San Jose to the Florida Panthers for a pile of draft picks and a few others. I think Miguel Blocker is now a Ottawa Senator, so pretty much a salary dump for the San Jose Sharks. So they can maybe go sign a few free agents, maybe acquire someone in another deal. There's talk they want to bring back Joe Thornton, of course. He's a free agent, so Joe Thornton's still the key to that franchise. He still is the tonic in their tea or the tonic in their drink. He makes that team go. He's one of the greatest San Jose Sharks to ever play in the game. So, as far as I'm concerned, folks, it's going to be an interesting draft. 1 through 30. You can't really miss on most of these players. I think Brady Tkachuk's going to be a good player in the NHL. He might not be the player like his older brother Matthew. Matthew might have the better career out of the two brothers. They always try to live up to their dad's expectations of 50 goals, but I don't know if they'll ever get 50 goals. I think Matthew might get 35, maybe 40 a couple times in his career, but I don't think Brady Tkachuk will be anything more than maybe he'll probably play center a bit, he'll probably play wing, They play multiple different positions. He'll probably be a 20-goal scorer, 10-goal scorer. We'll see what happens. He's not the greatest skater, so I'd put him pretty much a player I'd compare him to maybe like a Dave Andrechuk. Not a great skater, has great eye-hand coordination, has a great shot, can tip any type of puck in. He's pretty good defensively, but look at Dave Andrechuk. He's a Hall of Famer. Don't get me wrong. He scored a lot of goals. He has the most power play goals in NHL history, Dave Andrechuk. Don't forget that. So when I compare you to Dave Andrechuk, you're going to have a good NHL career. I was taking a look at some old hockey cards. I had like Dino Ciccarelli, I had Alexei Kovalev, I had Wayne Gretzky, Kevin Stevens, Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr. I mean, I just look at all these great hockey cards. I say to myself, man, how the times have changed. From the days of the Eric Lindrosses and the John LeClaire, Michael Renberg, when they had the Legion of Doom, in Philadelphia. Philadelphia's changed over the years, and the latest rumor on the Philadelphia is I'm hearing that Wade Simmons is being put on the trade block. I don't know if this is going to happen. He gets moved at the draft, but he could be moved probably after the draft. I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. Wade Simmons hasn't been traded in a long time. He was traded for some big names by the name of Jeff Carter and Mike Richards back in the day, for a pile of other young players that went the other way in that deal. So we'll see what happens. I don't think we're going to see too much action at this draft, but you never know. There could be some surprises. Watch for the Vancouver Canucks. I think they might move up to get a player in this draft. I think they might do a deal with Carolina, or even with the Detroit Red Wings. Detroit, I've said they might trade their pick. I will rule that out. Ottawa might give their pick to Colorado, but maybe Ottawa keeps their pick. We'll see. We'll see if they do the deal with Vegas. Maybe Vegas gives them another #1 pick. They'll have 2 #1 picks in the draft. So they could give back the pick to Colorado and go back down in the draft and maybe get somebody who they really like. So the NHL draft is going to be a lot of fun. The fans are going to enjoy it. We might see some more trades. I'm hearing this talk. There could be some trades tomorrow in the National Hockey League. So keep watching your ticker. Watch TSN. Watch NHL Network. Watch ESPN. Watch anything that has a ticker that you can pick up the NHL, Rogers Sports in Canada, whatever. I'm hearing from some sources that you might see some trades tomorrow. There might be minor trades, but just keep watching. You never know. Anything's possible. For NHL Trade Rumors, the one and only Mark Spencer, gotta say thanks for watching. And I gotta put a plug out to all the fans out there that love hockey. And anyone that talks hockey, if it's basketball, any sport, the World Cup, y'all have a good day, have a good night. And remember, being a fan is our God-given right. And I love to be a fan, and I love to do these videos. I've done lots of videos over the years. Man, I don't think I've done 300-400 videos in my time on YouTube. I mean, it's cool, and I love doing these videos. They're always fun. I always get a kick out of it, and I love you, the fans. I love you, the world. Just keep up the good work, folks, and have a good draft to all these young kids coming to the National Hockey League. It should be good in Dallas. Hey, in Dallas, everything's big, so it could be a big deal in Big D, and I think Dallas Stars might make a big deal. Don't rule them out. They need to get some help. Don't be surprised they do something in the goalie market in the offseason, and some defensive help in free agent frenzy. I'll probably do a video on that too. So we'll see you in that future, folks. Thanks for watching. The one Mark Spencer signing